Yo, what's up fam, and welcome to the channel. And if this is your first time on the channel, what's up fam? Welcome. I'm Brandon Rico, and before we get into the video, how you doing? How you feeling? You get any sleep? You getting sleeping good? I have not, because I have been staying up all night playing around with these new effects by ARTURIA. Today we're going to be talking about the new effects plugins, the modulation effects. ARTURIA is actually dubbing this as the 3 modulation effects that you'll actually use. And I'm gonna be honest with you, they're not lying. They're not lying. These are 3 modulation effects plugins that are inspired by some original vintage gear. So these vintage pieces of equipment have been reimagined and re-emulated by ARTURIA in VST form. Now you can play them as virtual instrument effects. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if at any given time that you find this stuff useful or helpful, or if you just think the video is dope and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and consider sharing this with somebody you think might find this stuff dope too. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so these days when most people think of modulation effects in music production, they usually associate it with some things you can do with the pitch wheel, or even some effects that you can trigger with the modulation wheel on your MIDI keyboards. But with these modulation effects, these plugins are meant to be used to liven up your tracks by giving them space, adding depth, space, and texture to your tracks. So these are coming in the form of a chorus effect, a flanger, and a phaser effect. So we're going to make a beat using all 3 plugins. So the first one I want to talk about is the chorus effect, and we already have a instrument pulled up from the ARTURIA Analog Lab 4, and I have this really nice lo-fi piano sound that I really love to use. And right now I think the piano sounds pretty dope by itself, but if I add a chorus effect to it, it gives a very subtle effect to it, but very effective. So basically what a chorus modulation really does is livens or enriches up the original sound by layering duplicates of itself. And each of those layers actually have a slightly different pitch or a slightly different timbre. And the chorus Diminished D plugin from ARTURIA is really dope because it has these really dope presets. I'm not going to get into a full tutorial on each of these plugins. I might go into more depth in a different video, but I'm just going to make a beat using each of these. So you can see right now there's no chorus effect on this piano. But if we turn off the bypass and we go ahead and power that on, right now it's off. Let's turn it back off. Turn it back on. And then you have these, you have like 4 different modes that you can put into the chorus. Like I said, it's very subtle but very effective, especially when you're going to mix and you have all this movement and all this texture that you get to play with inside of your mix. So again, when we're scrolling through the presets, you can hear the differences through all of the different ways that the layers of this chorus make one voice sound like a collective full voice. Let's go ahead and turn it off again so you can hear the difference. I really like that preset, so let's go ahead and record that. So again, these are very subtle but very effective. So the chorus effect can actually be very useful for providing warmth and depth to very simple wave shapes. So the next plugin that I want to talk about is the Flanger BL20. So very similar to the chorus effect, the Flanger modulation also makes a duplicate of itself with a very small and slight gradual change in the waveform of that duplicate, if that makes sense. This one also has a really dope preset bank. The preset bank that I actually like to use. I'm actually going to play the sound without the effect on it first. And then we're going to turn the flanger on. Woo! The presets in these are, man, crazy. So I want to go to this one. This one is really dope for me. And again, this is it without the effects. And this is the with the effects on the flanger BL20 with this drums to mouth harp preset. Golly. All right, so let's record that. So we can scroll through the different presets and actually explore the different articulations of a flanger and the chorus and how they work together and just changing and evolving a sound from a simple sound wave to something crazy textured and a lot of movement, a lot of space, a lot of warmth, a lot of depth. But let's go ahead and go to the next one, which is the phaser. This is the phaser BI-tron, and this is by far my favorite part of this plugin bundle. And what the phaser BI-tron is, it actually creates a sort of a wandering, I don't know what this is, but that's what it looks like to me, or that's what it sounds like to me visually. This is a visual representation of what a phaser does to me in my head. Let's go ahead and turn on the phaser. Yeah, so like it can give either a wah-wah effect or a wandering effect depending on the parameters that you set. And again, I'm not going to go into full detail or a full review on this plugin, but this is really dope, especially for the presets. So let's go ahead and go. Let's choose a sound with a little bit more tail on it so that you can hear what the phaser actually does. And let's go through some of these presets. And here's the sound without the phaser. And then here's the sound with the phaser on. I like that. Let's pull up the phaser BI-tron again, and then let's go a little bit exploring. Man, I love that. All right. Golly, it almost sounds like this talking sound. Like, let's see what happens if we layer a chorus Diminished D with the phaser. Woo! Golly. Okay, that's crazy. All right, so you can definitely see how these modulation effects can turn your tracks into something a lot warmer, a lot thicker, a lot more dynamic, and bring a lot of movement, space, and depth to your composition, especially with simple wave tracks and stuff like that, if you have some sounds that you think are boring, most definitely slap some of these modulation effects on here, play with the presets, and see how your sound design will level up just by using these simple modulation effects. And did I mention the presets? Oh my God. So this has been the new Modulation FX by Arturia. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for rocking with the channel. And remember, if I can create like this, then you can create like this. Check out those plugins. I'll have a link in the description to where you can check them out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.